Most people think that director level interviews are just about proving that you can lead, but that is not enough. The real key, it's showing that you think like an executive and that you drive business impact while doing it in a way that intentionally builds culture and community. So how do you do that or convey that in an interview? In this video, I'll break down a precise 7-step formula to stand out and nail your director level interview. If you haven't subscribed yet, then hit the subscribe button now and also hit the bell to be notified every time that I post a new video. Hi, my name is Stoltzfus. I'm the founder of the Job Hackers Network. I help US-based engineering leaders in the technology industry to stand out by executing a strategic job search focused on networking directly with hiring leaders. I want to start off by briefly discussing the mindset shift when you're going from manager to director in an interview setting. While managers are expected to execute, directors are expected to drive forward strategy. They're also expected to influence at an executive level and align everything that they do with those high-reaching business goals. There is a huge expectation difference. Hiring managers look for thought leadership, business acumen, and the ability to manage cross-functional teams when you're looking at the director level. For more in-depth differences between these two levels of leadership, I have 2 videos that I'm going to link for you in the description below. So the first is how to go from manager to director. This video provides practical tips and a roadmap to make that leap up to director. The second video, manager versus director resume. Key differences that you need to know. This provides side-by-side comparisons of how a director level resume needs to rise above and deliver at an executive level. Both videos are practical and applicable and should be next on your view list if you are currently a manager trying to get to the director level. And this is a very, very common hurdle that I help my clients overcome. There are multiple traits that you need to bring to the table in a director level interview. And I want to call out 4 of them briefly. In your director level interview, you need to show your strategic leadership. Be ready to discuss how you've influenced company-wide initiatives, how you've led through change or aligned teams with the business goals. The next one is you want to show your chops in cross-functional influence. Interviewers want to see how you work across departments to drive results. The stories and examples that you use in your interview, they should show that successful collaboration. The next critical trait is your ability to make data-driven decisions. Here you want to showcase how you use KPIs, market trends, information, analytics to inform high-level strategy. And throughout your interactions, the interviewers must feel your executive presence. So how is that felt? Communicate with clarity, confidence, and a results-oriented mindset. Show the interviewers how you balance strategic thinking with practical execution across your organization. Now we're going to attack the director level interview in 7 precise steps like I promised earlier. Number 1, craft a resume that is a storytelling tool and acts as an interview cheat sheet. Your resume should be built so that it can only be understood in one clear direction, one clear way. You should be presenting a clear and concise value proposition and then backing up that value proposition with your stories. Your stories are your proof. They're your support. An effective resume is a storytelling tool that shows who you are and how you have delivered initiatives that have helped the business to move forward towards their corporate goals. Now, when crafted in this way, your resume then is going to become an interview cheat sheet, something that you can use. It contains all of your best stories and your top career moments, something that you can have in front of you in an interview that's going to key you into and keep you on track with your key deliveries. For a more in-depth step-by-step guide on building out a resume in this way, including a resume template, check out this video, Resume Best Practices for Corporate Leaders. I'll add a link to that video in the description below. Number 2 of those precise steps is you want to attain an understanding of the problem the company is trying to solve with this role. In any effective sales process, the seller must understand the problem that the buyer is trying to solve. When the product is perceived to be the solution to the core problem, that is when the purchase is going to be made. In this interview process, you are the product that may be purchased to solve specific problems in the business. But if you don't have a clear understanding of what those problems are, how can you connect your stories to them? In any conversations leading up to the primary interviews, you want to be sure to inquire about what problems the hiring manager is trying to solve with the placement of this role. And then at the beginning of the interview, once you're at the table, convey the problem that you perceive the hiring manager is trying to solve and ask for clarity. Ask for further definition. You want to make sure at the beginning of the conversation that you're solving the right problem. If you want to be seen as a perfect fit for the role, then you must understand the current state of things. If this is helping you, then hit that like button down below. And comment below as well answering this question. How clear are you on the problem being solved when stepping into an interview? Comment below. All right, this is step number 3. Connect your stories to the problem being solved and the company's communicated values or principles. A great example of this would be Amazon. Amazon has 16 leadership principles, and they state them out there very loudly. If you were interviewing with Amazon, at the end of every story that you delivered in the interview, you would want to clearly state the leadership principles that this specific story connects in with. You wouldn't want to leave it up to them to try to figure out. You can do the same with any company by understanding the company's current problem set and the core principles that they hold themselves accountable to. Step number 4 is to practice the delivery of your stories until you become agile, able to move in and out of them. Your career stories should roll off of your tongue like they are second nature. When you have a core set of 7 to 10 career stories, you can know them inside and out, and you can weave in and out of those stories with agility and with grace. Knowing them in this way also enables you to show up as what I call the third person in the room. So what is the third person in the room? There's you, person number 1, who's answering the question, the interviewee. There's person number 2, which is the interviewer, the person asking the questions. And then there's you watching the conversation from above. Because you know your stories inside and out, you're able to speak out that story while almost disconnecting yourself from it and watching the room, seeing all of the moving parts. This gives you the ability to see everything that's going on and adjust accordingly as you read the room very effectively. Your mind is not stuck on the word-for-word delivery, but you are essentially running on autopilot while seeing all of the moving parts. If you're looking to unleash your career and grow your impact, then I've got a quick video for you.
Are you ready to start or optimize your job search process? Do you feel stuck and need help connecting the dots? Join this free web class where you'll learn the step-by-step formula to control your career progression. We've helped hundreds of experienced engineering and operations leaders just like you to build their brand and grow their impact. Register for this exclusive training today to step into the driver's seat of your career.
We're back with step number 5, and we want to dive into designing questions that help show how you think. A great question can be much more effective than even the answers that you give to the questions that you're asked. The questions that you ask show how you think because it helps an individual to see what you're picking up on, to see how your mind is working. The interview is a two-way conversation, and your great questions are critical to that back and forth conversation. So what does a great question look like in an interview? It starts with a fact, something that you were able to discover while you were researching the company and the role. And then it asks a deeper level of question, something that couldn't have been found out or attained through your standard research. So it gets into a point of your curiosity. So here's an example. When I was researching the company, I discovered, boom, and you fill in the blank. I am curious to learn more directly from your perspective about, and then ask the question. Step number 6, sell yourself for the role and convey your fit. One of the things that I'm always looking for at the end of an interview is for the candidate to say, I am a fit for this role. They can go on to say, I want this role. Believe it or not, if you don't say you want the role, the interviewer doesn't know that. Continuing on, I am a fit for this company and I am a fit for this team or for this larger organization. If you don't come right out and say that at the end of the interview, then the person interviewing you is left wondering, does this person still want the job? Are they still interested? Because we just went through this dynamic back and forth and you may not want the job anymore. But when you clearly come right at it and you express that you are a fit, then the interviewer is going to start to feel and see that you're a fit as well. That feeling is directly transferred over to them. Step number 7, follow up and show continued partnership. The thank you letter is going to be a critical aspect of your follow-up, and it should also sell you. It should be strategic. It's not a checkbox exercise. Your thank you letter should again communicate your perceived fit for the role, for the company, for the team, for the organization. Fit. It should highlight your strengths and show how they are connected and a match to the role, and also directly to the problem that you're going to be owning and solving. If there's anything that you committed to, anything that you said that you were going to deliver on, then speak to it directly in your thank you letter. Address it right away. Make sure that you're meeting any and all commitments that you've made. The core feeling that you want to leave with someone is that this person is going to be my partner, and they are going to own the deliverables that I need them to own in this role. Stepping into a director level role is about stepping into a new level of leadership, about stepping into a new level of influence, and of course, impact. If you've made it to this stage, then you belong in that seat at the table. Remember that every great leader has faced moments of doubt, but what sets them apart is their ability to own their story, to showcase their value, and to really rise to the challenge. Your next interview is not just another conversation. It's your opportunity to convey fit and to sell yourself effectively at the executive table. Now, be sure to check out this video next on how to answer behavioral-based interview questions, or check out any of the videos that I've mentioned throughout this video. You'll see the links to those in the description below. And I will see you on the next one.